All right. Calling this meeting of the Township of Ocean Planning Board to order. Nicole, can I have a roll call, please?
Sure. Councilwoman Kaplan, Mr. Beal, Mr. Berkowitz, Mr. Goslin.
Here.
Mr. Manel.
Here.
Ms. Valente.
Here.
Mr. Bodnovich, Mr. Meany,
Here.
Vice Chairman Palutis, and Chairman DeFilio.
Here. Salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the notice having been sent to the Asbury Park Press and the Coaster and filed in the office of the Township Clerk. Emergency notice. There is an emergency exit through the courtroom doors and 2 exits at the rear of the room. There is no smoking. That includes vaping and e-cigarettes. Board policy. No new cases will be started after 10 p.m. and no new testimony taken after 10:30 p.m. In addition, the applicant will be limited to 45 minutes of testimony. All meetings will be video and audio taped and shown on the Township of Ocean's Community Cable Channel, Channel 77 on Verizon Fios, and Channel 77 on Cablevision. All cell phones must be turned off, or if you need to make a call, please make your call outside the meeting room. All right, we're going to start off this evening. New cases. Township of Ocean, 2310 Logan Road, known as Block 40.12, Lot 1, and 2308 Logan Road, known as Block 40.12, Lot 2, in the R4 zone. All right, and we have our reps from the Township of Ocean.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members. Kevin Starkey, Township Attorney representing the applicant, Township of Ocean. I have with me Greg Blash, Township Engineer, as the sole witness. This is essentially it's a minor subdivision. It's effectively a lot line adjustment. And if I could, I'd just ask Mr. Blash to be sworn in and present.
Absolutely. Mr. Blash, do you swear any testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. And just state your name for the record.
Gregory Blash.
Thank you. And you're a licensed engineer, state of New Jersey, correct?
Yeah, yes, I am.
Thank you. And I'm just going to mark in the Township of Ocean minor subdivision plan. We'll mark that in as Exhibit A1.
Yeah, I don't know, Mark, if you were given. I submitted another revised plan tonight.
Mine is dated 12/19. No,
Revision on it.
the revision date is, and I know this is the one that because Nicole literally just gave it to me.
Minor.
The revision dated 12/29.
12/29/25
Yeah.
is the revision date.
Yeah. Then the only change to the map is we just want to conform with the right-of-way dedication at the corner of Logan and Bloomfield. That was never ever done. The lot was originally approved, so we just want to clean that up so we don't have any future problems with any improvements in the right-of-way. And generally what the town is looking to do is Township owns Lot 1. The neighbor just to the south of us has a driveway encumbrance over our property line. The township has targeted this piece of property for a dedication to Green Acres because we need some land that we have to dedicate to Green Acres because of the bridge widening at Cordy's Avenue. And we wanted to submit this piece of property, but we kind of want to make it encumbrance free. That driveway being on our property would require that the township, anytime he did any improvement to that driveway, to file an application for him. So before we gave this to Green Acres, we wanted to clean up his driveway being off the property and then giving that piece of right of way so that in the future, if I have to put a sidewalk through there, I do not have to go to Green Acres to get approval to put a sidewalk in the right of way. That's really the long and short of it. It's really just kind of came into convenience for the neighbor and us is to get the property off our property.
Any of the board members have questions? Hearing none, opening it up to the public. Do any of the members of the public in attendance have questions? Hearing none. Can I get a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone have a motion to accept this lot line movement?
I'll move for a positive resolution.
I'll second.
Okay. Nicole, can we have a roll call, please?
Okay, Mr. Goslin,
Yes.
Mr. Manel,
Yes.
Ms. Valente,
Yes.
Mr. Meany,
Yes.
and Chairman DeFilio.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. All right. Next on the agenda, we did receive correspondence on the Ocean Township, Ocean Glades, an NJDEP letter of interpretation line verification was submitted. You should all have it in your packets. You can review it at your leisure. We have minutes for approval. Is that correct, Nicole? June 12th? All right. Someone want to make a motion to approve our June 12th minutes?
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, roll call, please.
Okay, so there's only three exhibit items. So Mr. Manel,
Yes. I wasn't sure there was a question.
Ms. Valente,
Yes.
Mr. Mimi,
Yes.
and Chairman DeFilia.
Yes. All right, our next matter of business is an extension of time request for Diane Gradone, 608 Wildwood Road, Block 61.07, Lot 4, seeking a third extension of time for subdivision originally granted on July 22nd, 2024. And who do we have for the applicant this evening?
Good evening, Chairman and board members. My name is Anthony Starro with the law firm of Ansel Grimm and Aaron, here tonight on behalf of the applicant. I'm going to try and make this long story as short as possible, because otherwise Jennifer would kill me if she knew I took longer than 5 minutes on this. So as it stands, the current deadline to perfect this subdivision is January 28th of 2026. In condition number 3 of the original resolution, it was required that the existing dwelling be demolished prior to having the subdivision recorded. The problem being that Diane Gradone, the applicant, and her husband Nick actually lived in that house at the time. It was their primary house. So, in an effort to have the house demolished as required, Nick and Diane set out to find a new place to live. They originally signed a lease agreement to move into a house in Howell in February of this year, but then Howell informed that landlord that the septic tank needed to be replaced before Nick and Diane could move in. Fast forward to May, and the septic tank at that Howell property still hadn't been replaced. Tired of waiting and with the subdivision clock ticking, Nick and Diane instead decided to move to Georgia to be closer to their daughter. This brings us to around the time that the board granted their most recent extension, meaning that Nick and Diane were still living in that ocean house at that time. They were ultimately able to find a house in Georgia and moved out of the ocean dwelling just this past August. While all of this was happening, we received resolution compliance sign-off from both the board's engineer and planner, and also received approval on the subdivision deed from the board's attorney, which we have in hand, signed by the applicant, ready to record once the house comes down. As you may imagine, Jennifer and I stayed on top of them to get the house demolished so we could record the subdivision deed. But they kept running into issues with the utility companies while trying to disconnect the house's utilities. Nick and Diane were trying their best, but they were a little unfamiliar with the process and delays ensued. Then, and the reason why we're here today, just recently, Jen and I received confirmation that Rushmore Construction Group was brought into the mix. In other words, a group that's highly familiar with the utilities disconnection and demolition processes have taken the reins in aiding Nick and Diane, and everything is moving full steam ahead. To highlight the movement since then, a sewer cut and cap construction permit was issued by the Township on December 23rd. Township of Ocean Sewerage Authority disconnection permit application was submitted and the inspection is pending. New Jersey Natural Gas disconnection application was submitted and a site visit occurred on December 22nd. We're pending an estimate from New Jersey Natural Gas for the disconnection fee, and fieldwork is going to be scheduled right after that. Demolition letters were sent via certified mail to neighboring property owners on December 17th. JCP&L disconnection application was submitted, and per correspondence from them, disconnection is currently scheduled for the week of January 5th, weather permitting. New Jersey American Water disconnection application was submitted, and a field disconnect date is pending. Verizon disconnection application was submitted, and per correspondence from them, the disconnection should be occurring this week, weather permitting. Freehold soil exemption application for demolition was submitted, and a response is pending, and a pest control certification was completed on December 17th. In other words, now that Nick and Diane were able to move out of the existing dwelling this past August and brought on reinforcements, they're aggressively pursuing the demolition, which is a prerequisite to having the approved subdivision deed recorded by the current January 28th, 2026 deadline. However, given the potential for delay from any one of those above referenced entities, and out of an abundance of caution, we are respectfully requesting an additional and final 3-month extension of the subdivision approval to ensure that we can get this wrapped up properly. I thank you for your time and for your consideration.
I appreciate this being the final ask, but I do remember that the last ask was the final ask. So I understand things happen and things take time, but September, October, November, and I appreciate this is all moving, but every date on here was in the last 2 weeks.
Yes. And that's totally understood for the record. And that's because the reinforcements were brought in. They finally got together a contractor that actually knows what they're doing and is really, really pushing to try and, if they can, get this done by January 28th. There's a small chance that that happens, but it's a small chance, which is why we're here. They're doing everything that they can. They're pulling all the strings that they can, but we wanted to come here to ask you for the extension just because we know that these utility companies aren't 100% on top of it all the time, and now that everything is in, it's really in their hands. So that's why we're here today.
All right. Anyone have any questions on this? Anyone have any feelings or thoughts they want to share? Wow, you guys are very talkative tonight. Mr. Lexstein, this third time extension, do we have any other issues with this other than it?
I have, it is in the board's discretion. You've heard the argument as to why they would like the extension. It's completely within the board's discretion.
Someone want to make a motion one way or the other?
I'll motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, Nicole.
All right, Mr. Goslin?
Yes.
Mr. Manel?
Yes.
Ms. Valente?
Yes.
Mr. Mimi?
Yes.
Chairman DeFilia?
Yes, but reluctantly.
Thank you very much. I very much appreciate it.
All right.
Tell Jen you beat us up.
Yeah. I get to live another day. So. Thank you, guys.
Could you imagine?
All right. Does anyone have anything else they wish to discuss this evening? If not, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.